Welcome to the City of Bakersfield Planning Commission meeting. This television broadcast is brought to you by the local cable companies, the County of Kern, and the City of Bakersfield. You can watch the rebroadcast of this meeting Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. The agenda for this meeting can be downloaded at www.bakersfieldcity.us. Presiding over this evening's meeting, Chair Daniel Cater.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to call to order the August 1st, 2024 Planning Commission meeting. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Chair Cater.
Here.
Vice Chair Strickland.
Here.
Commissioner Bashir Tosh. Commissioner Biddle.
Here.
Commissioner Kaur.
Here.
Commissioner Komen.
Here.
Commissioner Neal.
Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for attending tonight's Planning Commission meeting. This commission provides an opportunity for public participation throughout the city of Bakersfield. The Planning Commission considers a wide variety of projects, including subdivision maps, zone changes, general plan amendments, and much more. When applications are received, the City Planning Division analyzes the request. Planning staff will present facts about the project along with their recommendation to the Planning Commission, who will improve an item or make a recommendation as appropriate. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Public statements.
Please note, in keeping with the City Council's new resolution, public statements are now received at different times depending on the item. I will call on Madam Clerk to call for public statements at the appropriate time, so please listen carefully for the correct time to speak.
Agenda item 3A, public statements.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address the Commission regarding items listed on tonight's agenda? Please note, if you are here for consent item, public hearing item 5A through 5B, now is not the time to speak. You will be given an opportunity to speak at a later time.
Non-agenda item 3B, public statements.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address the Commission regarding items not listed on tonight's agenda? If so, please come forward and state your name. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 4, consent calendar items.
Please note, all matters listed under consent items do not require a public hearing and will be enacted by a single motion. There will be no separate discussion of said items unless the staff or a commissioner requests specific items be discussed and/or removed for separate action. May I get a motion to approving consent items 4A and 4B?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Strickland, may I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Core. Commissioners, please cast your votes.
Is this for 5A and B?
Uh,
Or is
four.
it for 4A?
4A and B.
It says 5A and B on mine.
It does here, and then these were backwards. I think it's just.
We typed that in, so we may have mistyped it.
Okay.
Just to note, we all just voted on item 4A and 4B, but it's listed at, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not letting me press the button for some reason now. Okay.
Motion passes with Commissioners Bashir Tosh and Neal absent.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 5, consent public hearing items.
Now is the time for consent public hearing items. Please note if an item is not removed by a commissioner, staff, or a member of the public, the commission will vote on all items in one motion without further comment. If an item is removed, it will be placed at the end of the non-consent public hearing items. At this time, I would like to open all of the consent public hearing items. Does any member of the public wish to remove a consent public hearing item? Seeing no members of the public, does any commissioner or staff wish to remove a consent public hearing item? Seeing no commissioners,
You don't show a request to speak over there?
no? I don't see your request to speak.
No. Oh, I got to hit it again?
I can also just say Commissioner Cohen.
Okay. I pushed the button, so I just needed clarity from the city attorney. Can I comment on any of these without pulling them off the consent calendar?
You would need to pull it.
Pardon?
You would need to pull the item.
Okay. How do I clear that?
Was that a request to pull an item or a refrain from a comment? Okay, perfect. Okay. Seeing no staff or a commissioner or staff requests to pull consent items, at this time, the consent public hearing item 5A and 5B are now closed. May I get motion to adopt staff's recommendation for approval on item 5A and the recommendation that item 5B is referred back to staff?
I would make that recommendation to approve items 5A and 5B.
Thank you, Commissioner Coleman. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Commissioner Strickland. Commissioners, please cast your votes.
Motion passes with Commissioners Bashir Tosh and Commissioner Neal absent.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 6, there are no non-consent public hearing items.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 7, communications.
Does staff have any communication items?
Yes, thank you. I have a couple items for the commission. The new Development Services Director, Bill Burns, is in the audience, so he will be taking over as the Development Services Director. Also like to note that the next meeting we will be discussing our land use alternatives, so we will have the city's consultant, Rincon, available, giving the presentation, answering questions, and that meeting will make up for the brevity of this meeting and the brevity of last meeting, so just kind of be prepared for that, if you would. Thank you.
Thank you. We will look forward to it. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 8, commission comments.
Does any commissioner have any comments?
Yeah, I have comments. I just wanted to commend staff on item 5B. They wanted referring it back to staff after they realized that the CPC, the conditional use permit application wasn't necessary. And so I talked to your staff person about that earlier, and it seemed to me that the process worked, that, you know, staff carried out their part, it got reviewed, it turned out they didn't need to have it, so we're refunding them their money for the application. And so those are the kind of things that we need to be doing as a community to kind of keep the development going on. So I wanted to commend staff for having a process in place to catch those things and to make sure that the process works. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Coleman. Seeing no additional commissioners, as this is new technology, I'll do a glance. Seeing no commissioners wishing to speak, Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 9, adjournment.
This meeting is adjourned at 5:39. I've enjoyed the last 9 minutes, and have a great night.